Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and today's video is going to be very interesting. We're going to be discussing the Revelations Easter egg, but not the one that we know today that's in the game. We're going to be talking about the Easter egg that was cut out and removed from it. Basically, if you guys were not aware, Revelations Easter egg from its conception was supposed to be way different than the one that we got in the final product, and we're going to be discussing what that could have been right now. Now, this is pretty crazy stuff, guys. It's very interesting, so if you do end up enjoying this video, if you learned something new, make sure you do drop a like. We're going to aim for 350 likes. That'd be absolutely awesome, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new for more videos just like this. Now, if you guys have played the Revelations Easter egg or even just watched it in any capacity, you'll know that the steps are kind of random. They're seemingly that they're not very significant, and for a DLC format that doesn't like the ending of the whole process of doing the Easter egg, getting to the boss fight, doing the Margot fight, and then finding the Shadow Man for the final time, doesn't really feel that epic, and it's just very underwhelming as an Easter egg in general. This, of course, led to the community having a lot of disappointment in Revelations. This map was hyped up to be literally the greatest map of all time, and we just set our standards so high for this that we were inevitably let down. But could this have been changed if we had the originally Easter egg that was intended for the game from the start? Now, unfortunately, it's not like we can go into Revelations today and just fire up the Easter egg that was supposed to be intended for the game from the start, because it's all been cut out. However, there is a lot of code that's within the game files that still exists that can give us hints as to what we could have expected from this originally intended Easter egg, and a lot of it is still left over. There was a lot of code and a lot of texture files to suggest that Moon was supposed to be a part of Revelations, and it was supposed to be a section of the map. Now, you guys know that pretty much all of these Zombies Chronicles maps, for the most part, have been included in Revelations. You know, some of the excess ones are like Mob of the Dead, which obviously didn't get put in Chronicles. This is a whole another video, but that's kind of what makes me think that Mob of the Dead was originally intended for that, but then, you know, it's been cut out beforehand, obviously, since we didn't get it in DLC 5. However, Moon was supposed to be a part of the Revelations Easter egg and to be a big part of the map as well. We don't know where the Moon section was supposed to be or how big, you know, like a section of the map there was, because if you think about it, we have like a very small portion of Shangri-La. However, the entire portion of Nocturne and Toten, every spot is relatively the same size, but, you know, it could differ depending on what it is. We don't know how big Moon was supposed to be or where it was going to be located, and Revelations has been overhauled at least once, so this could have looked entirely different from the beginning. But what we can deduce from the code is that there, at one time, was supposed to be a step where we take the summoning key and bring it to a rocket of some sort. Now, whether this be the Moon rocket, the Ascension rocket, or the Der Eisendrache rocket isn't very clear, but there is code on the map for a rocket being destroyed and then having to repair that thing. So my best guess is, this could be completely wrong or I could be on the right track, is that there was a certain portion where we had to go around the map and collecting parts for this broken rocket in order to fix it up. You know, kind of similar, think of the way when you get the Apothecarium eggs during the actual Revelations Easter egg, something like that, and maybe they decided to substitute that step with the egg step because obviously they cut that entire portion with the rocket out of the game. I don't know if it's just me, but when I play the actual Revelations Easter egg, I can't seem like to help but think that this Easter egg is incomplete or is thrown together at the last minute, because it doesn't seem that's something that Treyarch would do. I don't know, Blundell has, you know, kind of addressed this before, that he wanted to try something new, but if they had stuck with the actual Easter egg that we were supposed to get, I feel like this would have been a lot more interesting and felt more like an Easter egg. Another interesting thing to mention in the code is that there's another piece that kind of talks about the Golden Rod. You guys remember the Golden Rod from Moon, Call of Dead. It's been in countless maps, and it's a huge part of the zombie storyline. There's code about using the Vril device or the Golden Rod to launch these rockets or to power it in some kind of way. We don't know exactly how all that worked or how the rocket would even kind of play into the Golden Rod and vice versa. We're really just deducing from the code what it says, because we actually can't play this or really see anything just from, you know, it being in the files. And then finally, the most interesting piece of code that we had talks about the summoning key being put into the rocket and like stored away in some fashion, and then the rocket being launched and then it taking the summoning key with it. Now, whether this was cut out due to a narrative reason, that's my whole guess, is that maybe Blundell didn't want to, like, he thought about last minute, and narratively it didn't make sense, so this is why it got cut, and I can see him doing that, and I guess I can get behind that. But I don't know, man, I honestly think this Easter egg would have been 10 times cooler if we got to play, you know, the Moon section that was supposed to be in there, and do all the stuff with the Golden Rod and the rocket, and, you know, the things that were supposed to be there from the beginning. I don't know why it got cut out, and we still don't know a solid answer to this day. I would say it's probably narrative reasons, and they want to take the story in a different direction. But it just kind of sucks to see that something that an Easter egg that had so much potential to be absolutely amazing got cut out of the game, and then we're never going to see it again. I mean, this is probably never going to happen, but maybe if it was brought to life in some way, we can play the original Revelations. That'd be very, very cool. And you guys can let me know your opinions on that in the comment section down below. But with all this entire Easter egg being cut out of the game and pretty much redone and overhauled right before the map dropped, there's so much leftover code that still remains in the files. Now, if you guys didn't know, the Revelations code name for like with the stuff that's within the code itself is ZM_Genesis. That's how you know that it's for Revelations. So these Genesis files, there's so much that's left over, but it's not actually available in game. And this is a great example that I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with, is the chicken weapon Easter egg, which is, you know, allegedly been cut out, but this still remains in the files itself. We even have a full image that was supposed to be on the HUD screen, and I'm sure most of you are aware of that, but they're just little things like that. You can get Revelations to do some very goofy things and like very funny glitches, and this is because all the leftover code still exists. There's ways to trigger it and to sort of glitch it out, and obviously you can't actually play all this content because it has been hidden and locked away. However, you can. This is why there's like a lot of inexplicable things that happen in Revelations that people think that could potentially be new Easter eggs, and I'm not saying that there's nothing new to find in Revelations, because I'm sure there is, and even Blundell has told us himself that there is, you know, little stuff here and there that we still haven't picked up on. However, there's nothing major else that we haven't seen, like, I don't know, a brand new weapon or just, you know, something game breaking. Either way, it's just a shame that something that sounds like a way cooler version of the Easter egg than the one we actually got in Revelations itself, it kind of sucks that we're never going to see it come to fruition and never get to play it. I mean, I don't know why, like I said, it's been cut out, but they have removed most of this stuff. It would be cool to see one day their explanation as to why they changed it, and maybe if they have like some older footage over there at Treyarch, they want to see us what it's like. I'm super interested in that. I would absolutely love to see it. And you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you like to see the original Easter egg that was intended for Revelations, or are you happy and satisfied and content with the one that we have in the current build of the game? This is your guys' opinions, and personally I would like to see the old one. However, the sad truth is we'll never actually get to know what had happened to it. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the video for today. I hope you did enjoy it, and I hope you learned something new. Let me know your guys' thoughts if you would like to have this original Easter egg or the new one that we have in our current version. You guys can give me your opinions on that. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are brand new, and I will see you all on the next live stream or video. Peace out.